Thank you, Governor Hobbs. Ladies and gentlemen of the board, when I call your name, please indicate your presence verbally. Governor Katie Hobbs,
Here.
Sandra Watson,
Here.
Michael Bidwell,
Here.
Tony Astorga, Mara Aspinall,
Here.
Barbara Borgonovi,
Here.
Dr. Michael Crow, Dr. Cruz Rivera, Jen Daniels, Bill Gallagher, Dr. Suresh Garamella,
Here.
Mark Gaspers, Dr. Richard Gray, Sharon Harper, Mayor Kevin Hartke, Pam Kahali, Sherry Martin,
Here.
Clayton Mask, Simmer Mayo, House Speaker Steve Montenegro, Senate President Warren Peterson, Wick Pilcher, Dr. Lisa Ryan, Girish Rishi,
Present.
Chad Sampson, Danny Seiden,
Here.
Dax Selby, and Supervisor Elton Joe Shepherd. Thank you, Governor. You do have a quorum.
Well, thank you so much, everyone. As we begin the meeting, I just want to recognize a few people coming and going on the board. First of all, thank you so much to Monica Garnes. She was recently promoted to president of the Fry's Atlanta division in January, and so relocated with her family. She joined the board in 2022 and has been an important community leader, being named Woman of the Year by Arizona Capital Times last fall. So we're grateful for her leadership and wish her all the best. Also want to recognize Yuma County Supervisor Lynn Pancrazzi, whose term as the president of the Arizona County Supervisors Association ended in November. And so we thank Supervisor Pancrazzi for her contributions and are grateful for her continued service to the state and the people of Yuma County. And we go back a ways. We served together when I was in the state legislature. So stepping into the role of the County Supervisors Association Chair is Apache County Board Chairman Elton Joe Shepherd. Chairman Shepherd is a longtime public servant and in Apache County who previously served as a Navajo Nation Council delegate before taking on his current position. So glad to have him, glad to welcome him to the board and look forward to his valuable perspective that he brings from rural Arizona and our Indigenous communities. This is our first meeting of the year, and over the past, since the year started, I've traveled across the state, meeting small business owners in Sierra Vista, outlining our priorities in Flagstaff and Yuma, breaking ground on new workforce development infrastructure in Kayenta and more, all to advance the Arizona Promise agenda. This agenda is about rejecting the division and zero-sum politics of Washington and achieving real results on the things that Arizonans care most about: lowering taxes, affordable housing, and energy, safe communities, smart water policy, and a strong economy. These priorities are reflected in my budget proposal, which, despite new challenges that have been imposed by the federal government, invests substantially in key areas, including hundreds of millions for K-12 education, for improving affordability, $126 million for public safety, water, workforce development, and other quality of life priorities. This budget is complemented by our plans to lower costs for the middle class, including my middle class tax cuts package and the Arizona Affordability Fund, which helps families tackle two of their biggest costs, utilities and housing. These are priorities that shouldn't be partisan, and I will continue to work with the legislature to make progress on them. In that same spirit of working across the aisle, I have partnered with legislative leadership as well as the lower basin states, Nevada and California, to protect Arizona's Colorado River interests in the ongoing federal negotiations. And I believe that this is the most important issue that we face as a state today. At stake is not only our water future and the vitality of Arizona communities, but also vital national interests, national security and technology leadership among them. Arizona is the home of the most advanced chip making technology in the country by far. And at a time of increased global conflict, it's Arizona that's producing and supplying key defense systems and munitions, including components for the Patriot air defense system. As I have emphasized to the Trump administration, no other state produces more advanced semiconductors, missile systems, or heads of lettuce per drop of Colorado River water than Arizona. We offer the best return on investment for any new Colorado River agreement. But under current draft proposals, Arizona would shoulder the lion's share of Colorado River cuts, and this is an outcome that is absolutely untenable. So I've said this over and over again, but you're hearing it from me now. I will continue to fight with everything that we have for a fair and equitable agreement. And really, I'm so grateful to Danny Seiden, who's helping to lead this charge, and others in the room really working, pushing on every lever to make our position clear. Every state that relies on the river must share in its protection, not just Arizona. And we will not accept an outcome that has us shouldering the burden. Alongside water, energy remains one of the most important priorities for our state. In September, I updated you all on the executive order I issued, the Arizona Energy Promise Executive Order, which is focused on unlocking our energy potential, lowering utility costs for existing customers, and planning strategically for the growth that we're experiencing. Since then, leaders from across industry, our utilities, academia, and the public and private sectors have been meeting to develop recommendations that advance our long-term sustainability and competitiveness. Really appreciative of contributions from the Commerce Authority, from Sandra especially, as we have developed these recommendations, and they will be forthcoming in, it says the coming weeks here, but it's any day now. So. And then finally, some good news on the waterfront. Last week, I was in Casa Grande to celebrate a really important milestone for Pinal County and for the state. As you all know, Pinal County is one of our fastest growing counties. And alongside local elected officials, industry leaders, and the Arizona Water Company, we announced Pinal County's first alternative designation of assured water supply. This is a designation that extends 100-year water supply protections across the Arizona Water Company's service area and will support the development of 80,000 new homes. With this agreement, we are delivering the water solutions that Pinal County has been requesting for over a decade. We're supporting new home building, growing the economy, and protecting our water for generations. And these are the kind of real world solutions that I'm focused on. And I'm really grateful for partnership that helped make this happen. And that is all I have for now. So with that, I will turn it over to Co-Chair Michael Bidwell.
Thank you so much, Governor. And I think every one of us agree with you that water is such an important issue for our economy and for many other things. And we thank you for your leadership. We stand by ready to support you in your efforts to negotiate the best possible deal for Arizona. And while workforce a few years ago was one of our top priorities, and it remains a top priority, one of our top issues, I think it's really clear to everybody that energy is something, and I'm so proud that the ACA a number of years ago started working very closely with our utilities to plan for future energy needs as that has become very real in 2026. And then lastly, I wanted to thank Sandra Watson for joining us at the Cardinals as we broke ground on a new performance center up at the 101 in Scottsdale Road. We purchased 217 acres of land from state land and are starting a new mixed-use project. It'll be great for our players and generational investment that we're making, but also it's going to provide another 185 acres in which we're going to be working closely with the ACA to land corporate headquarters. As Mayor Gallego, the mayor of Phoenix, said that day, she considers this headquarters alley. And I know it's an initiative that we've approved as a board. And so we'll be working closely with Sandra about the potential to be landing headquarters, more jobs, more economic expansion through the site that we own as well. So thank you for your leadership on all these important issues. I'll turn it back to Sandra.
Okay.
Before that, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from September 25th?
So moved.
All right,
Second. Second.
Great, we have a whole bunch of seconds. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? All right, the minutes are approved, and now I will turn over to Sandra to give us an update on what we're doing.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Governor. Really do appreciate all the amazing work that you and the team have done in advancing a lot of the infrastructure related activity. And Michael, thank you for your leadership. The ceremony and the launch, the groundbreaking was amazing. And it is going to be such an exciting opportunity for Arizona as we continue to advance our corporate headquarters strategy. So really do appreciate all the great work. It has been an amazing year already, and we are at the beginning of March. And the last 2.5 months, when we obviously kicked off the new year, I don't think our team has had a day where they could just actually sit and do what we normally do. And it is planned for our future. It has been an incredibly busy time and a great start to the new year. And I'm so excited about the activity that we are going to share with you today. We've got several presentations, so I'm going to keep my remarks short. I'll be introducing some of our executive team members to do some presentations so we can get as much as we can get communicated out to all of you and the general public. And then we'll get into obviously the executive session. But I'm happy to report that as of, this week, we have landed over 48 projects. Again, this is just the fiscal year started in July of 2025. So 48 projects, they represent close to 13,000 new jobs for Arizona. Average salary is about 80 or 78,000 and CapEx is $9 billion. Just to kind of put those numbers into context for you, the job number is 61% of our goal for the entire year. The wages are 130% above our goal for the year, and our investment goal, the $9 billion, is 224% above our investment goal. So we're having a great year so far, and there is more to come. So I'm excited to talk a little bit more about what we have in the pipeline later on. But this will kind of give you a sense of where we're seeing some of the expansion and new location, relocation projects. The Southwest continues to be a very important market for us. And what we're seeing in Arizona is a number of our companies also expanding their operations. And so, as you know, when we created the ACA, our focus was to work with businesses in Arizona and help them expand their operations, in addition to attracting businesses from out of state and working with our entrepreneurial community to ensure that we have a small business community that is supporting the economy. So with all of that, it's all been great news. We're seeing tremendous diversification across industry, but also geography. So we'll continue to see that in the numbers, not just in what we've landed, but also in the pipeline. And again, that is a focus for us, is to ensure that we've got a diversified economy. And the reason we were established was to ensure that we could withstand any future recession as best we could, by diversifying our economy. And I believe over the last 5 to 8 years, we've seen a complete transformation of our economy, and that diversification is really kind of our focus. So we'll continue to see that in the projects that we land, but also in our pipeline. Just to kind of give you a sense of the kind of projects we've won, 8 projects in the semiconductor industry, 6 projects in the aerospace and defense industry, 6 projects in consumer products, 5 industrial projects in general, and then 4 logistic projects. So again, a very great opportunity for us. And with every meeting, we like to recognize a number of those companies that have joined Arizona. And we've got 12 companies with us here today. So we're so grateful that they've been able to join us. And so I am going to read off our list and recognize our guests. But if I can just have everyone hold their applause until we're done, all 12, so we can give everyone a round of applause. But I'd first like to start with AbbVie, And representing ADVI is our Katie, who is here with us today. Our Katie is the Director of State Government Affairs. And in January, AbbVie acquired West Pharmaceutical Services device manufacturing facility in Tempe, which will support 200 employees. Thank you for being here. Next, we have ASML, represented by David Kim. He's the Vice Chair of the U.S. management team. In the fall, you may remember that ASML celebrated the opening of its Semiconductor U.S. Technical Training Center in Phoenix, which will train over 1,000 engineers annually. Thank you. Next, we have Aurora, represented by Madafo Azy, who is the Head of Public Affairs, State and Government Relationships. Thank you. Aurora is an autonomous vehicle, commercial trucking company, recently tripled its driverless network, running an approximately 1,000-mile freight corridor between Fort Worth and Phoenix. Thank you. Next, we have Bush Vacuum, represented by Victor Rodriguez, Service Center Manager. In the fall, Bush Vacuum celebrated the opening of its new Arizona Service Center in Tempe, which specializes in repair, service, and overhaul of vacuum pumps, vacuum systems, and overpressure equipment. We also have Aramco, who is represented by Tim Mills, President and CEO, who is also here with us today. In January, they announced that they will open a new distribution transformer manufacturing facility in Maricopa County, creating over 500 new jobs. Thank you. Next, we have Garmin, represented by Ben Wigton, who is here with us. Thank you. Who is the Mesa Gateway Site Manager. Last month, Garmin opened its new aviation facility at Mesa Gateway Airport, supporting aircraft certification and flight test organization growth. Next, we have Gift Health, represented by, there they are, thank you, represented by Casey Hafer, Director of Implementation. In January, Gift Health celebrated the opening of its new state-of-the-art pharmacy in Mesa, supporting up to 200 new highly skilled jobs. Thank you. Now we have Hadrian. Hadrian is represented by Kara Bolda, who is also here with us. Thank you. She's the General Manager, and Hadrian, I should say, recently opened a $200 million AI-powered manufacturing and software facility in Mesa, creating over 350 new jobs. We also have Kanto PPC, represented by Austin Liu, General Manager. Thank you. In December, Kanto PPC broke ground on its semiconductor chemical manufacturing campus in Casa Grande, representing an initial $120 million investment and creating over 200 new jobs. Thank you. Next, we have a Razor Technology, represented by Michael Lynn, who's the director. In the fall, Razor Technology celebrated the opening of its first U.S. facility in Phoenix, supporting semiconductor, gas engineering, and equipment services. Thank you. We have Rock Paper, represented by Claire Larson, who is the President and CEO. Thank you. Rock Paper, it's a startup that manufactures sustainable recyclable paper foam and an Arizona Innovation Challenge winner when they'll establish their first manufacturing facility in Mesa. Congratulations. And lastly, we have Strive Pharmacy, represented by Matthews Monte de Oca, who is the Chief Compliance Officer. Strive Pharmacy recently broke ground on its new headquarters and manufacturing facilities in Mesa, supporting hundreds of skilled healthcare jobs. Wow. Thank you all very, very much. We are so excited. We could not be more excited and thrilled that you continue to expand your operations in Arizona, so thank you. And with that, I am going to now invite Ryan Ruiz to come up and give us an update on the pipeline.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Governor Hobbs, Co-Chair Bidwell, Sandra, esteemed members of the board. Thank you for the opportunity to provide a brief update on this Arizona project pipeline and highlight several key trends that we're seeing from across our targeted industries. So today, I'm pleased to report that for the first time, our pipeline has surpassed 500 active projects, first time in ACA history that we've seen that happen. This results really from Arizona's strong economic momentum and rapidly growing reputation as a global hub for advanced industries, combined with our proactive and targeted approach in our targeted sectors. Foreign direct investment continues to play a major role in our pipeline, with 32% of our active projects coming from international companies looking to expand in Arizona. In addition, we're seeing steady growth across every single one of our targeted industries, which Sandra spoke to the diversification earlier. That's right on. And that's really kind of several ways, right? Aerospace and defense, bio and healthcare, business and financial services currently represent the most active and fastest growing segments in our pipeline. These sectors are particularly significant because they attract top tier talent and research activity that really strengthens the Arizona innovation ecosystem. We're also seeing an increased diversity in projects within our pipeline, demonstrating the state's appeal across a number of other industries. Manufacturing continues to represent the most significant portion of our total activity, representing 2/3 of our total projects, 79% of our investment, and 81% of our potential jobs. These projects continue to reflect high value opportunities that lead to continued growth throughout our supply chain. At the same time, we're seeing some of the fastest growing in research and development facilities and corporate headquarter projects, demonstrating Arizona's increasing attractiveness for innovation and strategic operations. This growth really directly aligns with the ACA's targeted pipeline development campaigns related to headquarters and R&D operations. Overall, while many areas across the country report slowdown in their activity, Arizona's pipeline is as strong as ever, and with these expansion opportunities ahead of us. In closing, I want to thank Governor Hobbs, Sandra, and every member on the board for your continued leadership and support through this. Arizona is well positioned to continue leading as a global destination for high quality jobs and investment. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next we have Fernando, who is our Executive Vice President for International, who's going to give us an update on our international activity.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandra. Good afternoon, Governor Hobbs, Co-Chair Bidwell, Sandra, members of the board, and distinguished guests. Thank you for the opportunity to provide an international update. As Ryan mentioned, international projects and partnerships continue to drive new opportunities for us. Since our last board meeting, our international pipeline has grown by 7%, representing more than 46,000 projected new jobs and over 121 billion in capital investment across the state of Arizona. At the same time, Arizona's international trade is at record levels. Exports from Arizona companies exceeded 44 billion in 2025, a 30% increase year over year, significantly outpacing the national growth rate of 5.7%. As a result, Arizona moved from 21st to 15th in the nation for exports. This growth is being driven by Arizona's advanced manufacturing and semiconductor ecosystem. Computer equipment is now Arizona's #1 export product at 9 billion, followed by semiconductors at 6.3 billion and aerospace and defense at 5.6 billion. One of the most notable shifts this year is Taiwan. Taiwan surpassed Canada to become Arizona's second largest export market, growing more than 240% year over year, and is now Arizona's #1 import partner. These gains mirror Arizona's active presence on the international stage. Today, for example, Governor Hobbs will sign a trilateral agreement with the city of Kaohsiung in Taiwan and Kumamoto Prefecture in Japan, 3 regions that all house TSMC operations. In addition, tomorrow in Tucson, we're advancing a 6-party MOU with the University of Arizona, local governments, and industry partners to deepen collaboration between Southern Arizona and Southern Taiwan, particularly in optics, photonics, and semiconductor technologies. Last week, we announced a new partnership with Japan to strengthen collaboration in advanced manufacturing and technology sectors. And closer to home, Governor Hobbs, a couple of months ago, recently led a trade delegation to Mexico City, reinforcing Arizona's commitment to strengthening our economic partnership with our largest trading partner. Together, these initiatives reflect the broader work happening across Arizona's 9 international trade and investment offices, which continue to attract investments, strengthen supply chains, and expand market access for Arizona companies. In closing, I'm grateful for your continued support and leadership and look forward to the exciting opportunities ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Fernando. Any questions for Fernando? We've got a lot of exciting international opportunities. Wonderful. Thank you, Fernando. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Excellent. I'd now like to invite Melissa Lamson up, who is our Executive Vice President for Venture Development and Innovation Strategy, who has a few updates on our innovation activity.
Great, thank you for having me. Governor Hobbs, Co-Chair Bidwell, Sandra, and members of the board. It's more exciting news that I can pile on to my colleagues here. I'm excited to share an update on Arizona's startup and investor ecosystem. In December, Forbes announced Phoenix will host the Forbes Under 30 Summit, taking place April 19th through the 22nd. The summit will convene young leaders and founders, creators, and innovators from around the world for 4 days of programming, exclusive experiences, and world-class entertainment. Additionally, 30 outstanding innovators from Arizona will be spotlighted, and they're selected to represent our state. A few weeks later, we notched another big win when Nova Wave Capital, which is supported by LG Nova, announced a partnership with ACA to launch a new AI venture studio and fund in the state. The studio will support startups across healthcare, energy, sports, and media, while connecting Arizona to LG Nova's extensive network to global partners. A big thank you to Simmer Mayo and his team, as well as Jim Gulka, the CEO of Arizona Venture Capital, for their partnership on this effort. This surge in activity leads to another milestone, the first Arizona Tech Week, taking place April 6th through the 12th. Powered by the ACA in partnership with the Arizona Venture Alliance and sponsored by Honeywell Aerospace Technologies and Western Alliance Bank, Arizona Tech Week will be the state's first fully decentralized statewide technology conference. And I think, Governor Hobbs, the state will make you very proud because we have a lot of activity across the entire state. So working with partners across the state, we've registered more than 220 events. I've been told just today that there are 149 more in the back end of the calendar. So that's much more than 30 a day, including everything from robotics demos and AI-powered factory tours to investor founder meetups and pitch competitions. Throughout the week, attendees will travel to all corners of our state for a firsthand look at the groundbreaking innovations and thriving industries putting Arizona on the map. All of these efforts complement our current premier programming and are contributing significantly to our 3-year innovation goals, which I was just reminded we have 1 year left, to support 10 unicorns, catalyze 10 billion in funding, and relocate more than 100 startups to Arizona. We're very grateful to you, Governor Hobbs, for your continued support of these efforts. Thank you so much to the board members in the room who are supporting Arizona Tech Week and all our efforts in the innovation side of the house. We look forward to a very active few weeks ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. And it is a very exciting time for technology in Arizona. Any questions for Melissa?
Sandra,
Yes.
I don't have a
please.
question, but I was honored to join the governor at that trade mission to Mexico. And at that meeting, they announced that they were going to develop the second largest sort of data center connectivity between Querétaro and Phoenix in the world. Is that still in process, or was that something that was just
You know, Tony, I'd have to get back to you on that to see where the status of that project is at this point. I've not seen the full development of that, so we can get back to you. There is a lot of infrastructure that is being built throughout Arizona through our program led by the governor, through dollars that we received to enhance broadband connectivity and build out infrastructure, but I'd have to go back and find out specifically on that. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. And lastly, I would like to invite Eileen Klein, who is been an amazing partner to talk about AZ Wins. I'd like to, before Eileen speaks, just thank her and Danny for their incredible leadership in really advancing this project and this opportunity in conjunction with the ACA. Everything that we do in our state is always done in a collaborative way and bringing together all of the stakeholders to really advance a very strong strategy. And as many of you know, AZ Wins has been a project that we have been working on jointly with both Danny and Eileen and the entire chamber organization, and of course, all of you. So we're excited to have Eileen here to present some of the results as we will be announcing this very, very soon.
Absolutely. Thank you. Governor Hobbs, Co-Chair Bidwell, Sandra, members of the board, good afternoon. It is a pleasure to join you today to preview Arizona Wins, the state's new competitiveness playbook. As Sandra said, I'm Eileen Klein. I'm the co-chair of Arizona Wins along with Sandra. And our chair, David Rousseau, is traveling. He could not be here with us today and sends his regrets. Thanks to focused policy, strong leadership, and strategic investments over the past decade, Arizona's success in growing and diversifying its economy is unrivaled. Today, Arizona is a leading state economy and international trade partner, and a top destination for new business and residents alike, creating more job opportunities than ever. But we cannot take that success for granted. Other states, well, they're on the move, seeking to emulate Arizona's success in attracting new residents, business and capital investment, and the competition among states is intensifying. Arizona Wins was launched to keep Arizona competitive for the next decade and beyond. Through Arizona Wins, we conducted a comprehensive analysis of Arizona's economic performance and spoke with more than 200 Arizona executives who were involved in making capital investment decisions on behalf of their companies. We greatly appreciate the participation and feedback we received from many of you on this board. In our conversations, 5 clear priorities emerged, ideally to be tackled within the next 5 years. Sharpen our competitive edge, accelerate our talent development, strengthen our critical infrastructure, catalyze innovation and entrepreneurship, and preserve our quality of life. Together with the ACA and the Arizona Chamber, we will release the Arizona Wins report on Tuesday, March 17th. The report highlights more than 50 mid to long-term strategies to further strengthen Arizona's economy and enhance opportunity to Arizonans statewide. Arizona Wins will continue to work with business leaders to periodically review our state's progress on key metrics, refresh the priorities as key milestones are reached, and bolster the development of plans to strengthen competitiveness in local communities around the state. Arizona Wins is spearheaded by the Chamber Foundation in partnership with the Arizona Commerce Authority and made possible through generous state support from the Arizona Legislature and Governor Hobbs, along with support from Amazon, the Arizona Board of Regents, Arizona Public Service, and Salt River Project. I'd like to give special thanks to Danny Seiden, Sandra Watson, and Governor Hobbs for their leadership and partnership. We're grateful for your support, and we look forward to working with all of you for the future success of Arizona. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eileen. And any questions for Eileen? Again,
Thank
appreciate
you.
your leadership. It's been a wonderful opportunity. All right, so Governor, thank you to all our presenters today, and that concludes my public update.
All right. Well, and I think that concludes the public part of the meeting. So can I get a motion to move into executive session?
So moved.
Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Great. We will adjourn to executive session. While we break, all of the new companies will do photos out in the lobby. So thank you. All right. So thank you. With that, I will call for a motion to adjourn executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Great. We are out of executive session, back in public session. Does anyone have any future agenda items? All right. Thank you everyone for your time today. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.